And we're off. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 15th of February. So where we're sitting then, let's look at the fundamentals due out today. Well, it's Bank Holiday Monday in the US and the UK, UK, I wish it was, and in China. So we've got two sort of big volumes missing there, one from the Asian session, although we've had some moves overnight, but then of course the US one, which may see a bit of a slower afternoon, but we'll see. Sometimes we're still getting some nicer moves, so it's President's Day in the US, just in case you want to be celebrating something. Looking then at the technicals, and well, starting off as the euro as ever, and just looking at this daily basis, we had a tweezer sort of tops there. We put a bit of a doji in today. It's a bit of it's a fluff. I do wonder if we'll move back south towards this weekly pivot. That's the only thing that's sort of sitting there at the moment. Got a bit of a curl over at the moment, and I think it's a real patience game. There may be a trend line to be drawn from the lows here. If I can draw it on, it might go. Well, it looks like it's already broken actually. You can see roughly what I'm talking about here. There we go, I can adjust it, he says, hopefully. There we go. So that has already been broken. That I'll just look post 8 o'clock and see what happens here. I'm always wary around the 8 o'clock zone in terms of fake outs and breakouts. We'll just see what really comes of this, but if it starts selling off, well, there is this sort of there's a target here, which is the daily pivot actually, and then there's a weekly pivot below. So we've got a couple of targets to the downside if it does start rolling. Otherwise, well, higher lows put through on the hourly. It's a real mismatch with lower highs. We've got this sort of maybe an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Maybe it will break up to the and continue pushing, but it's just the way we've seen the sort of market. We've seen the selling coming in to 2140-ish area, just above, anywhere around that area. We've seen selling coming in. Question it at this stage. The pound's a bit clearer in terms of its moves, but it's moved off really quickly. It's done there off as much today as through the Asian session as it did the whole of Friday. Real shove up here. Okay, part of that daily bar is including Sunday, so the actual move of today is probably considerably small in real terms from a daily perspective, but it's still we've seen this sort of shove up that's come through and continues through 10-11 o'clock last night. Bit of divergence sitting around this 60-minute at the moment. We'll see how this goes again. This consolidation around the tops here may just be just that and a push up. Otherwise, we have daily pivots and weekly pivots below, as well as possible probability targets sitting below. But again, I'll just wait and see how it shapes up this morning. Preference is really still on the euro to trade. The pound just been a bit difficult to get any sense around. Dollar yen, well, it does look like it's just continuing its soft. It's one of the weakest currencies out there at the moment. If you look at the things like the pound yen, you just see it's absolutely flown through the Asian session, and I believe that yen's got quite a bit more upside potential to dollar yen as we go forward over the next few weeks. It did get quite extreme in some respects down at the lows. It's obviously started shifting away from that, and well, at the moment continuing this sort of move, but in a long position size wise, I'm sitting there on a long position, expecting it to go up quite considerably more from where it is at the moment, but pushing through these prior highs I would expect at some stage. Anyway, that's the yen. Aussie dollar, short term, and the yen got nothing. It's already moved so far. Aussie dollar again shoved up here. Turned around a bit earlier today. Then the pound's still pushing up there. Well, I suppose it's really following the euro, which it's been doing for a while, looking a little bit softer. Again, we've got daily and weekly pivots below. We'll just see what happens as this market progresses through the London session, European session, and see if it starts breaking down, giving me more downside. Well, there's the opportunity, maybe even if you don't go for the pivot themselves, the key moving averages. It's extended quite a way away. Just on its movement here, we may just see a pull back to that. Canadian dollar, just been a bit lazy here, but there you go. Daily wise, again, it's a bit like a inverted euro in a sense, in terms of just price action, spiky, big move on the Friday, or bigger move on the Friday there. It's got its weekly pivot above it. It'll have its daily pivot sitting above somewhere as well, if we can find it. That's next to the weekly. There you go. So they're both up to that side. Where we're sitting at the moment, maybe we'll catch a bigger bounce from where it is. Again, patience. If it starts moving up, we've got some targets above, maybe exiting part on the way. But looking at some of these markets, it doesn't look like they've got a massive amount to move. A couple of cross pairs, euro yen. Just looking at it from a shorter time, actually let's just have a look from a 60-minute time frame. Continues to push up, just showing you how weak, and the pound yen, just how weak that yen is. And we're seeing, I mean, the euro's not looking particularly strong against some of its other majors. Euro Aussie dollar, for example, is continuing the south run. But it's doing better against the US dollar and the yen. The yen's really kicking off. As I said, the pound yen really pushing up at these stages. Cross pairs, Aussie yen, again another pair really getting the sort of some legs into things. Retracements on these pairs may give opportunities. Any retracements may give opportunities for further buying. Really, the yen, as I say, it looks like it's being sold across the board there. So Aussie yen still looks like it's got further upside. Those that follow the Aussie dollar, well, the Aussie's done quite well, but had a bit of a gap. It looks like it had a bit of a gap in early trading there, and has filled that gap, but given us a red bar for now. Maybe it'll have a bigger correction. Move back towards its weekly pivot, which is down here at 107.16, 17 area. Would be quite interesting potentially to see if we can catch a bounce off that, and if it does, well, that might be the long side back into this lovely trend, but as I say, needs a bit of a correction at the moment. Okay, there are the main currencies and some cross currencies, cross pairs, cross majors. Looking at the S&Ps again, there's brightness out there by looks of things. Yet new highs on the S&P futures. Yep, pound CAD's been shoving up as well, John. Yep. You've got this on the S&Ps here. Bit of indecision here on the shorter time frames at the moment, but just consolidating maybe around these highs. It really is for retracements. It's just an opportunity, it seems, near enough on every one so far to get in there and buy, but at some stage it may correct itself a bit more. Gold, well, gold's not really going with everything here, and it's really, even though the dollar's weak, gold's selling off at the moment. As I say, dollar's weak against most of its pairings. Okay, consolidating on the 4-hourly here, but it doesn't look particularly like it's a go with or anything like this. I mean, it looks like, to me, if anything, it's going to carry on rolling over. So it's looking a bit on that softer side. The silver, well, it's just pitched its head up back into its regression trend line, really. Not doing a great deal, but it is on its retracements, often catching the bid, and we're seeing sort of some half decent moves, decent clear breakout there last week on Friday. I say decent clear, well, it's hardly clear. It's a bit of a messy old situation there, but eventually off it went. Bit of a retrace, and it's gone again. So silver just a bit looking maybe a little bit more outperforming there. Okay, that's pretty much it there. I'll have a look at Bitcoin futures here. Let's have a look what's going on there on the futures chart. I'm going to look on my other chart. So that they reached just short of 50,000 on. It's not showing it on here, obviously. I say obviously. It is. Yes, it is. 49,600 on there on the futures. The cash. Well, you can see as it come out this time into a daily time frame here. Really pushing up close to that 50,000 sort of level. Ethereum's been pushing up pretty decently as well, though over the weekend saw just a bit of a retracement, as did Ripple. So all just having a little bit of a retracement at the moment, but bouncing from where they retraced at the moment. Ripple retraced back to about 50 cents, but taking taking a bounce from there. So there we are. I wish you a great day. Just checking, nothing else there. Nope. All right. I'll catch you in the morrow. Have a great one. Bye for now.